You know, the 1985-86 revival of the Twilight Zone on CBS started to feel more like a Night Gallery Redux by the 6th or 7th or 8th episode of the series, and we'll give an example why. This episode, I still call it the best episode of Night Gallery that was not in the Night Gallery. It's called Dealer's Choice. Now, Dealer's Choice is the third segment of the 8th episode of the first season of the revival. Featured an ensemble cast comprised largely of veteran character actors, including, get this, Morgan Freeman, Garrett Morris, and M. Emmett Walsh. Now it follows the events of a poker night in which one of the players is secretly the devil. Now a group of friends are having a poker night. Regulars Tony, Marty, Jake, and Peter are joined by Nick, who is subbing for their friend Norman. After many hands won by Nick, Jake begins to ponder why he's dealt so many sixes. While Nick and Marty are away from the table, Jake confirms that Nick's current hand has 3 sixes, the number of the beast. The guys become convinced that Nick is the devil when they call Norman and discover he isn't sick. Now, this episode is, of course, directed by the great Wes Craven, written by Donald Todd. As it goes along, it becomes a little bit comedic, but a little bit scary. When Nick rejoins the table, he admits they are right and apologizes for the deception. He also informs them that one of them is to die and go to hell tonight. The 3 friends debate who is to be collected. At Nick's suggestion, they draw to determine who it is, and Pete wins. Tony argues that in order to be fair, Pete should get to play Nick for the fate of his soul, and Nick puts up $19 against Pete's soul. After being allowed the right of dealer's choice, Pete chooses lowball, where the worst hand wins, anticipating that Nick's tendency to draw sixes will practically guarantee he gets 3 of a kind or higher. When Marty rejoins the group, Nick indeed draws 3 sixes, but Pete draws 4 fives, leaving Nick drawing a 4th 6 as his only path to victory. Nick turns over the last card, and it is a debt tarot card. Before the devil can take Pete, however, Marty touches the debt card, failing to understand what it signifies. Because of Marty's innocence, the card reveals itself to be the 4th 6, which Nick had concealed an illusion to avoid losing, because the devil always cheats at poker. To make amends for his cheating, he leaves him a grand feast along with a refrigerator filled with beer. There was no indication it was Canadian or American, but I would figure, a whole fridge of Molson. The devil eventually leaves, thanking Pete for his hospitality, and says he hopes to host the next game, insinuating that he plans for all of them to end up in hell. As the friends start another poker hand, they resolve to be better husbands to their wives and start going to church regularly. Now, Craven found Dealer's Choice very difficult to make, since the poker table setting made figuring out the right angle to shoot the action from an ongoing challenge. He had no experience in working with that sort of setting. Well, it does work, but I only give the episode 3.5 out of 5 stars, and here's why. When you got Garrett Morris and Morgan Freeman as 2 of the key actors, they're dominating the scene. But would these group of people be around together? I mean, you have to put, because they're all diverse personalities. That's the only thing that doesn't really work. But Dan Hedaya as Nick the Devil, usually a calm character actor, plays a very convincing devil, because usually the devil, when he appears, he's going to look Italian or Greek, because for obvious reasons, a dark-haired stranger, as we like to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening to our remote control podcast. This is one of my favorite episodes from the Twilight Zone. I really see a missed opportunity with that 85-86 season, but I don't think CBS had enough episodes to do it. You should have made it 13 episodes with coming back in the summer. But after Night Gallery, after Twilight Zone, after all these anthologies, it was a few years too late. But this episode again, Donald Todd, and I don't know if you know this, but his last name is also the name of the devil. Todd means devil in certain languages. Coincidence, I wonder. I think there's a pseudonym at work here. What do you think? Let me know. Thanks for listening. Bye.